Welcome to a culinary journey through the heart of Australia. Here, every bite tells a story, weaving a rich tapestry of flavors that spans thousands of years. Australian cuisine is a vibrant fusion of traditions, uniquely shaped by its indigenous heritage and later, the influences of British settlers. Imagine a land abundant with native bush foods. Indigenous Australians have long harnessed the natural bounty of their environment, from the tangy zest of finger limes to the nutty crunch of macadamia nuts. These ingredients are not just food. They are echoes of a profound connection to the land and sea. With the arrival of the British in the late 18th century, new cooking methods and ingredients were introduced, melding with the local fare. This culinary marriage gave rise to dishes that are quintessentially Australian, yet distinctly influenced by a European palate. So as we explore the landscapes that produce these incredible ingredients, we also celebrate the stories they tell. Now let's delve into the flavors that define this vibrant culture. Long before European settlers, Indigenous Australians were master foragers. The culinary landscape of Australia is deeply rooted in the traditions of its First Nations people, whose intimate knowledge of the land shaped a unique food culture that thrives even today. Imagine wandering through the vast open landscapes of Australia, where Indigenous communities once thrived by utilising the natural bounty around them. They harvested bush tomatoes, which burst with flavour and are a staple in many traditional dishes. These small yet vibrant fruits add a tangy zest that enhances the flavour profile of stews and sauces. Wattle seed, another remarkable ingredient, has been used for over 40,000 years. This native seed is roasted to coax out a rich coffee-like aroma, making it a superb addition to baked goods and desserts. Its nutty flavour not only enriches the taste, but also adds a hearty texture to meals. And then there's kangaroo meat, a lean and healthy protein source that has been a significant part of Indigenous diets. Kangaroo is not only sustainable but also highly nutritious, making it a prized ingredient in the traditional Australian culinary repertoire. The preparation methods are just as fascinating as the ingredients themselves. Take, for example, the earth ovens, a traditional cooking technique that involves digging a pit in the ground, heating stones in a fire, and using these stones to slow-cook food. This method is not just about cooking. It's a ritual that brings the community together, a celebration of the harvest and a testament to the deep connection between the land and its people. In places steeped in history, such as the ancient Aboriginal sites scattered across the continent, one can almost hear the echoes of these age-old culinary practices. Here, food preparation goes beyond sustenance. It is a link to culture, heritage, and identity. These ancient practices have paved the way for a distinct culinary tradition. With the arrival of the First Fleet, Australian cuisine began a new chapter. As ships landed on the Australian shores in 1788, they not only carried convicts and settlers, but also the seeds of a culinary revolution. This moment marked the beginning of a significant fusion between British culinary traditions and the bountiful, diverse ingredients found on the continent. Imagine the early settlers, adapting to their new environment, marrying British recipes with the likes of kangaroo, emu, and bush tomatoes. The introduction of livestock such as sheep and cattle transformed the Australian landscape and diet alike. These animals, once alien to the land, soon became staples, giving rise to dishes like the classic Australian meat pie, a direct descendant of the British pasty, adapted to local tastes and ingredients. Crops like wheat and sugarcane were also introduced, fundamentally changing the Australian agricultural scene. Fields that were once unfamiliar with these crops soon flourished, paving the way for a burgeoning baking industry, which brought us delights like the lamington, a sponge cake that has become a national symbol. As you visualize the colonial buildings, those architectural echoes of a bygone era, and witness reenactments of early settler life, you see the tangible links between past practices and modern Australian cuisine. The settlers' resilience and ingenuity in utilizing what was available have deeply influenced the food culture. This blend of old and new worlds created what we now recognize as Australian cuisine. Venture with us into the bush where Australia's heart beats the strongest. Here, amidst the whispering eucalyptus and the rugged landscapes, lies a culinary treasure trove known as bush tucker. This isn't just food, it's a story of survival, culture and connection to the land. Bush tucker, or bush food, refers to the native flora and fauna used for culinary purposes by Indigenous Australians for thousands of years. Today, there's a vibrant resurgence as chefs across the nation rediscover these ancient flavors for modern palates. Ingredients like lemon myrtle with its fragrant citrus scent and wattle seed, offering hints of coffee and chocolate, are finding their way into contemporary dishes. Imagine the tangy zest of finger limes bursting in your mouth, enhancing everything from fresh seafood to decadent desserts. Or the nutty crunch of macadamia nuts native to Australia, now a global favorite. These ingredients are not just flavors, they're a bridge between cultures and times. In kitchens and restaurants, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians are joining hands to forge a new culinary identity. They gather these ingredients with respect, understanding the deep spiritual connection that Indigenous people have with the land. This practice is not just about foraging food, but about learning and sharing an ancient wisdom that respects and sustains the natural world. From foraging to fine dining, bush tucker maintains its place at the Australian table. It's a celebration of heritage, a nod to sustainability, and a testament to the rich, diverse culture that thrives in this vast, sunburnt country. Australia's vast coastline offers more than just stunning views. Here, the sea is not just a spectacle, but also a provider, serving up some of the freshest and most delectable seafood one can imagine. As waves lap the shores, locals and visitors alike revel in dishes that are as flavorful as they are iconic. Venture into any bustling seafood market along the coast and you'll find the air rich with the scent of the ocean's harvest. Barramundi, with its buttery texture, emerges as a favorite, often grilled to perfection and served with a squeeze of fresh lime. Not far behind in the culinary lineup are Moreton Bay bugs, a type of flathead lobster that's both succulent and sweet, typically enjoyed barbecued or steamed with a hint of garlic butter. As the sun sets over the water, the shoreline transforms into a dining haven. Tables dot the beach where families and friends gather, feasting on the day's catch, their laughter mingling with the rhythmic sounds of the surf. The ocean's bounty plays a crucial role in the culinary tapestry of Australia. In recent decades, Australian cuisine has embraced global influences. The vibrant streets of cities like Sydney and Melbourne buzz with the flavors of the world. Here you can taste the zest of Asia and the hearty traditions of Europe, all blended seamlessly into the Australian food scene. Imagine walking down a bustling street where the air is fragrant with the spices of Indian curries, the tangy zest of Thai noodles, and the robust aromas of Italian pasta. Each dish tells a story of migration, adaptation, and celebration. Australian chefs have not just adopted these global cuisines, they've reinvented them, creating a spectacular fusion that respects traditional recipes while adding a distinct Aussie twist. From sushi rolls packed with local avocados and seafood to pizza topped with kangaroo meat, the culinary landscape here is a playground of innovation. These fusion dishes have become staples at family dinners and local eateries, reflecting the multicultural makeup of Australia's population. This culinary diversity is a testament to Australia's inclusive and evolving culture. Our journey through Australian cuisine reveals a tapestry woven with diverse threads. As we delve into the culinary heritage of this vast land, we uncover not just a menu but a narrative. From the Indigenous bush tucker that tells the tale of survival and wisdom, to the hearty stews of the colonial settlers which narrate the stories of adaptation and endurance, each dish carries a slice of history. Reflecting on the ingredients, one can see how the rich soil and bountiful seas have shaped the Australian palate. Native spices, succulent seafood, and robust meats showcase the natural bounty and the respect with which it is treated. This respect is a testament to the spirit of the Australian people, resourceful, proud, and profoundly connected to their land. Culinary practices here are not just about sustenance, but are a cause for celebration, a way to honor ancestors, and a means to foster community ties. As we've seen today, Australian cuisine is a vibrant celebration of history, culture, and innovation.